Friday, November 7th, 2025. It is a beautiful day, gorgeous day. Very few clouds in the sky, sun shining, gonna be warm today, getting up to 69, maybe 70. I'll take the 69. All right, so yesterday, I've heard this from other people. Oh man, since the shutdown, the government shutdown, I haven't seen any spraying, haven't seen any trails in the sky. Well, I posted a picture yesterday. I've seen them, and typically, my experience around here anyway, in the Midwest, the open prairie, nothing but cornfields and beans here, but my experience is that before it rains, you see them in the sky, and yesterday, sure enough, blue sky, trails, and then you see that spider webbing effect, that Gossamer effect. Gotham City. Gossamer! Who's Gossamer? Was it that big red guy in Bugs Bunny and the Martian? What was his name? I can't remember, the big red hairy guy. He was all hair after he got cut. No, I can't remember. Gossamer? No. Gossamer. Spider! Gossamer! Spreading out in the sky. Chemtrails. Yes, there are still chemtrails. Even though the government is shut down. Shut down. Give me a break. So yeah, let's debunk that one. We've got issues, so get you some tissues. We've got some issues in the, they're starting to panic everybody, and get everybody whipped up into a frenzy. My airline flight's canceled. They're saying 10% of flights may be canceled because of the government shutdown, the air traffic controllers. They're not getting paid. But they're federal workers, so you got to go to work. So they're burning their vacation time and sick time, whatever they can burn, and not getting paid. I think they missed 2 paychecks now. That's a big hit, and it just is. I'm pretty sure military and covert actions are still going on, though. We got to have the military-industrial complex functioning. That's still going into debt. Fed's still printing money, liquefying everything. The numbers aren't good, and I got into it yesterday about, with this shutdown, we're not getting government statistics. Not that they're accurate anyway, but you're not getting these bad jobs numbers. You're not getting the economic numbers. Shipping is collapsing from China to the U.S. Every metric I look at, housing is the most unaffordable it's ever been. You've got more sellers than buyers. Biggest gap in history. Every metric I am looking at looks bad. Does not look good for the economy. So they're going, this freaking camera, it just unstuck. So it's starting to lean, going sideways. Sideways westward, sidewood. But this camera, it needs to be up more because it looks like I'm a midget in this car. The steering wheel's here, it needs to be up higher, looking at me, but no, I'm like, peeping over the steering wheel. Can I get a big phone book? They don't even make those anymore, so I can stick it under my butt and sit up higher. Really not that short. What? I guess I could pass for 5'9". 5'10" with the docks. Big, thick-soled Doc Martens. Anyway, who cares? What difference at this point does it make? Not getting any taller. Leg extension therapy. No, I don't need that. Spinal extension therapy. Spinal decompression. All over the place. Yeah, the jobs, look at this. It is jacked the up. All right, so you're gonna have to deal with it until I stop. Oh my gosh. Okay, so it's cinematic. It's part of my style now. We're gonna do it sideways. The economy's going sideways. That's my point. All the numbers don't look good. And we're not getting all the numbers because the government shut down. I saw that so do with it what you will. I would get into things that you need, buy things that have real value, seek those out, get them. Speaking of value, see, I'm always sidetracked. So I guess it's appropriate that the camera is sideways. Didn't even need to stop, see? Didn't even need to stop. I'm sure there was a reason, though, that deviated me from the other course. Yeah, you never know. Just go with the flow. Trust the plan. Trust yourself. But I went yesterday to a different thrift store up the road in a different town. See, the one I usually go to, it's a little more bougie, if you can have such a thing, a bougie thrift store. And they have, the dogs aren't in here because they're getting groomed. They're gonna be all pretty. Smell good, get their hair cut. I need my hair cut, I need it trimmed up. Either that or I Either that or I just let it go. You know, like in the winter last year, that's what I did. Like 6 months, I didn't get my hair cut, you know, and that's Goldilocks. My hair was blonde when I was younger, so if I let it grow out, it'll lighten up, it'll look lighter. Maybe it'll mask all the white and the gray. Oh well, if it even grows out. Grows out back here, not up here. Definitely it'll be a non-self-imposed mullet. Okay, went to the thrift store. What a deal. All the CDs are 10 cents. I mean, the music CDs. So what did I got? I got Vivaldi's Four Seasons. You know, they didn't have a big selection. Didn't have any, you know, really cool ones, but that's pretty cool. I can sit and listen to that. Listen to that while I'm driving down the road in the Volkswagen Golf, which I'll be driving that again Monday. Got some things I want to do to it. Put some new tires on it. So I'm getting that done. But 10 cents for a CD? I mean, give me a break. Absolutely can't pass it up. So I bought 4 or 5 different CDs, you know, a few classical ones, and just, you know, just ones that, I can't even remember the other ones. I got, there's a soundtrack that I got. I thought was a pretty good score. Not Dirty Dancing, not Top Gun. It was something else. Can't remember. Doesn't matter. It was only 10 cents. Come on, man. And there were some other things there that I got. I got some, speaking of, I got my Team Mighty shirt on. You can't see it. Anyway. Man, I feel like I'm losing too much weight. I'm getting too thin. I got on the scale the other day, and I was a little under 200, which, that has been a long time. We're talking 25, 6 years since that's happened. Let me see if I can get this figured out. Yeah, it was like 25, 6 years. That's when I was working at the club, baby. I was in good shape. Anyway, I am pretty thin right now. Probably need to put on a little poundage for the winter. You know, and that's the other thing. In the wintertime, it used to be you'd fatten up in the summer. I mean, this is a natural cycle of things. You'd fatten up in the summer, you know, and store that stored energy. That's what fat is. And so you would get fattened up for the winter, you know, because you're not going to have as much food. You're not going to be able to go out and hunt, kill, you know, gather, all those things. And so in the wintertime, you wanted to be kind of fattened up and, you know, you could live off the stored energy. We're the opposite now. We gorge ourselves in the wintertime because we don't do anything. We're sedentary and lazy, you know, because we have access to all this food. As long as you have your SNAP benefits. I'm sure that'll get fixed, though. Man, that was a good time to reset. I wish we would. I wish it would just reset. We need to usher in. We're probably going to soak it all up in stable coins, though, soak up all the debt and transition us into the technocracy. I mean, you know, that's kind of what's going on. Digital ID. We need a digital ID to vote. You know, we need to have it to verify everybody. And, you know, they'll roll it out in different ways. Well, we need to control the border. We need a digital ID. We got to make sure the vote's secure. We need a digital ID. The question is, what kind of digital ID are you going to have? Are you going to have a Digi ID, you know, that's on the Digibyte blockchain, that's decentralized, that you can control? Or is it going to be centrally issued like everything else, and it's just further down the path to tyranny? Make the choice. But be aware of it. You know, be aware that that's what's coming. And you'll notice the things that they say, and you can extrapolate that out and say, oh, now I get it. Now I understand why you want to do this problem, reaction, solution, circus. Yeah, there's that. All right, I'm totally off base, totally wandering. We got a lotto tonight. What is the Mega Millions? Like $834 million or $864 million, and so they're whipping you up into lotto fever again. You know, the odds are 1 in 290 million. You know, it's worth a shot. Now the ticket's $5, I think. They raised it from $2 or $3 to $5. So we have inflation in the lottery. You know, it's everywhere. Create more money, money's going to find a home. Speaking of finding a home for your money, put that money, which is a representation of your energy, not a very good representation if it's the Federal Reserve note, because it is a leaky battery. They're just going to create more of them, and they're going to become worth less. So put it into something good. Find out things of value. Find out. Seek out and find things of value. And speaking of which, I got a little of this buckwheat honey that I'm bringing to my parents. Holy crap, this stuff is ecstasy. Wow, I had some of that, and it is so full of flavor. I mean, it hits you at all kinds of different levels. I mean, I felt like I was high last night. I just took a teaspoon of it, and it was so, just a myriad of flavors. It really was. It was good. And I don't eat sugar. I don't have a lot of sweet stuff at all, hardly anything. And I did. I felt like I was going to Valhalla. Crazy. Good stuff. Just full of flavor. And a lot of people wouldn't like it because it's got, it's just imbued with all kinds of flavors, like a molasses and just, I don't even know. I'm not, a lot of good things. I'm a big picture guy, not the details. I can tell you if it's good, but I can't give you all the details why. But I can tell you it's good. It's the big picture, baby. And so this is really good honey. Very good. Yeah, makes me think of scotch, different scotches. A lot of people don't like the peated scotch, smoky flavor, the campfire taste and smell. I love that stuff. I love unique flavors. I really do. And the bland honey, just the regular sweet honey I like the special honey. I love my honeys. So, all right, I got to wrap this up. All over the place. Lotto, yeah, whatever. Take that money, get your own lotto ticket, get some Digibyte, get some Litecoin. Telling you, the world is going to catch on. Litecoin is way undervalued. Digibyte's way undervalued. These are decentralized assets that no government, no bank can stop you from using. You hold it in your own possession and you can use it anytime you want. It is your energy. Treasure your energy, people. Treasure it. Talking to myself too. Don't give it to people who don't deserve it. It's precious. It's so precious. It's the most valuable thing that you have. Protect it. All right. It's your soul. Protect it. That's the only thing that matters. All right. I hope you have a wonderful Friday. And as always, on Fridays, we're going to do a live happy hour from the Westwood Bar with the lovely Litecoin Lisa. The link is below. And click on her link for her YouTube channel, subscribe, hit that notification bell so that you can watch us live and comment in the chat. And we love the engagement. So I'm really looking forward to that, as I always am on Fridays. So I'll see you then. And then spaces afterwards. So clintwestwood.net for all the links to all my crazy information if you want to follow me in this ranting path on which I travel. All right. Have a wonderful Friday. I love you all, and trust yourself. You got it all. You really, really do. It's all inside you. Look within. You are that light. Find that light. It's in that darkness. Just find it. You'll find it. Face the darkness first. You're going to have to. You're going to have to look at yourself and vanquish that and let that go. Absorb that. Meld it into who you are, but let that light shine. All right. Love you all. Have a wonderful day.